Shalom, friends. Recent events lately had me changing the subject of this week's video. You see, personally know four people who have passed this last month, and two were extremely sudden just a few days ago. One in particular has hit me hard because one day she was happily married, and the next day she became a widow. Add on top of that the national tragedies we've seen in the US this last week, and I'm just so reminded of the brevity of life. I truly have no idea when it's my time to go or if I'm going to be the next widow. I'm not living in fear, but it has definitely caused greater evaluation of what's truly important. Now, with Memorial Day today and our tradition of honoring those who have gone before us, I want to talk to you about honor. Prior to all these events, I just mentioned, I was coached on something that was causing me a lot of emotional tension. As I dug into it, I realized that I was angry because four values of mine were disregarded: stewardship, teamwork, love, and service. And as I continued to think on it some more, I realized that several of my values can be summed up in one word, and that is honor. My irritation was because, in my opinion, some leaders I know are honoring themselves above their people. Now, while this is unhealthy, I've also coached leaders on the other side of the spectrum. They're so sacrificial that they will honor people at the expense of dishonoring themselves, where their boundaries or values are disregarded in the name of selflessness or love. I don't know where you are currently on that spectrum because our intention is not always the reality. So I want to encourage you to ask this question when faced with a critical decision. I've been asking leaders this question more lately, and that is, what would it look like to honor everyone involved in the situation, including yourself? Again, what would it look like to honor everyone involved in this situation, including yourself? Now, the second encouragement I have for you is this: if you haven't already, I challenge you to write your own obituary. I know it's a morbid thought and exercise, but I did it several years ago, and there's nothing more clarifying in life than to imagine you're no longer here. What would you want to be said of you? Knowing how you want to finish changes the way you live right now. I just reread this morning the obituary I wrote of myself a few years ago and tweaked it slightly. I added one extra word that summarized how I want to live. I added the word honor. When I am gone, I want to be known as someone who honored God and honored people. How would you want to be remembered? Take some time this week to write or reread your own obituary. Knowing that's how you want to be honored will impact the way you live today. Have a good week.